I forgot the weather. Oh, there it is.
Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Yeah, he's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thalmor Radio.
Thalmor Radio.
I don't know why the song was laggy. I thought that was me. I thought my connection sucked dick, but apparently that wasn't the case. How am I coming in? Do you guys hear me most of the time? Do you guys hear me fine? Let me make sure my connection is fine. You're good? Okay. So, hi, welcome to the February 24th, 2022 episode of Thalmor Radio. I am your host, Thalmor, coming to you live from a bunker in a remote location in some mountains. And I'm here to tell you about a couple different things, and I hope you will be better off for it. Maybe not, but the hope is that you will be better. You know, sometimes when you work out, you hurt yourself and you can't work out. And that wasn't good. But most of the time when you work out, you just become stronger. And so hopefully when you listen to Thalmor Radio, you just become stronger and don't get hurt. But you might get hurt, but that's life. And you take risks. You do your day-to-day life, you take risks. That's just how it is. Okay, so first topic. What day is it today, guys? Can you tell me in chat and Thalmor Radio, what's today? Elico says it's Friday. Henry says it's Friday. Leon says the 25th. Lunatic says Thursday. Well, it is Tuesday. It's Tuesday somewhere on planet Earth. No, it's not. And but it's Tuesday, and we're here to talk about what happens every Tuesday, which is not Thalmor Radio. So today is Thursday, and I had to move up my show from Friday to tonight because I am busy tomorrow. I am having friends come over. The same friends who crashed Thalmor Radio several weeks ago, and yeah, I moved it to Thursday for this week. Not permanent, don't worry. Most other episodes after this will be on Friday at 9 like usual, but this time it's at Thursday. Eligos, have you ever considered that maybe your perception of reality is flawed? Just an idea. My friends are coming over Friday. They're coming over Friday afternoon. They'll leave Saturday night. We're playing Warhammer 40k, not Soulstorm with Ultimate Apocalypse like usual. Although we'll be doing that too, but we're actually playing We're playing the real tabletop version, and that leads me to my next topic, which is Warhammer 40k minis. Were probably designed by a Satanist who just wanted to spread pain to as many people as possible because holy fuck, they are a mess to deal with. I knew with the 40k minis you have to like paint them, right? I knew that, and I would always read about how there was some assembly, so I thought maybe it was like a figurine with how like maybe you have to snap the weapons into the arms or something, or snap the arms into the torsos and then add the weapons, shit like that. Oh no, buddy, the 40k minis, they are completely cut into pieces, and you have to use like actual tools to pry them out, and then you have to glue them together. And so I tried using Gorilla Glue, but the glue got all over my hands and all over my desk, and now part of my desk is ruined. And after 4 hours of work, 4 hours, I only have 3 minis done, and most of 2 others. So pretty bad, really, really bad outcome. I got a Sentinel Scout Walker, a squad of shock troopers, Cadian shock troopers, and then like a start your collection thing, which has a Lehman Russ, another squad of troopers, a heavy weapons team, and a commissar. So I got a decent little starting. Oh, and I got a Cadian command squad. That's what I was working on for 4 hours last night. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to my first game. I've been reading up on the rules. I'm going to get some Green Army men tomorrow to supplement my army because there you go. But I'm looking forward to it. Who said? Leon says outsource your painting. I am outsourcing the putting together. I'm paying my friend to do that for me, and I might pay him to also paint. I don't know. But I'm going to have my friend put my minis together because fuck that. I am privileged, and part of having privilege is paying your friends to do your work for you. So there you go. What else is going on? Okay, speaking of privilege, some cyborg privilege is at play because the trial of Borg happened last Friday. 6 days ago, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. It is, right? And Borg got acquitted on all charges. Prefontaine prosecuted the case. Decagon defended it, and it was an acquittal. And what I think happened is just that, the rule of the court is that a person can only be convicted beyond reasonable doubt, and I just don't think the evidence was there to breach reasonable doubt. I will reveal something that hasn't been said, but the impression I got from the jurors was that they didn't think Prefontaine or Decagon did a really good job. How much of that is their fault and how much of that is my fault for a bad format, I don't know. But I think what ultimately carried the day was that the rules of the court I don't think there was a way to really get a really good guilty conviction on the charges. Elagos, who was a jury member, says we mostly blame the case and not you. I would say that is correct. But yeah, there you go. And 47 Counts, who's also a jury member, also repeats, I blame the case. So yeah, there you go. And I think the consensus was also that Borg was kind of a sussy baka, but again, beyond a reasonable doubt, no. So there you go. What else is there? Oh, so do you guys want another trial? Because I did a poll, and y'all voted yes. Y'all voted yes that you wanted another one, like right now, and like people are mad at Justinian for some reason. So do you guys really want another one? Yes, next case, but only on the condition that can be juror for the third time in a row, otherwise no. Listeners is yes. For some is yes. Yes. Oh goodness, you guys. Oh goodness, because those things are exhausting. Reshuffle the jury. Don't next case will be against me in August. I got the content for you, guys. They're fun, but I'm also tired. Pre says he will get my top tier performance again. Now, why is that, Pre? Because you're tired too, or like, are you demoralized from losing the case? I don't know if I feel like presiding over another 4 or 5 hour case, guys. I don't know. Prefontaine says, nah, it's a one-time thing. Gotcha. I'm down to just waiting like 6 months and seeing if anything else happens. Because I don't know, we'll see. Put Russia on trial. Why would we do that though? I don't know why we would do that. All right. So, I mean, what do you guys want? Like, there's 2 options. You can either try to prosecute Spanky, or you can try to prosecute Justinian. What do you guys want to see, and who would want to prosecute either of those cases? I need to know what you guys actually want here. Justinian, Robert, okay. Okay, and who volunteers to be the prosecutor? I agree that Spanky is the least interesting of the two. Avatar Patrick. And Avatar Patrick, to answer your question from earlier, the show being on Thursday is a one-time thing. It's not going to happen again. Or it's not planned to happen again. I mean, maybe 6 months from now, it'll be moved to Thursday for some other reason. But no, still a Friday show, just a one-time thing because of circumstances beyond my control. Prosecution, I was just more familiar with the thing. Well, but someone has to volunteer, Lysander. Someone has to volunteer. I don't see any volunteers, so... Okay, Luna volunteers. Okay. I don't know, let me... I'm not feeling it, guys. I'm not feeling it. I'm tired. I don't want to preside over another 4 or 5 hour thing. Guess wants to preside over it. Okay, are there any legal nerds who want to be the judge? Any legal nerds who want to be the judge? You have to have some degree of familiarity with the United States court process. Get that Boris guy. Okay. Prefontaine says, don't want to be involved in that long, but you're into Warhammer and D&D now. That is correct, Prefontaine. The difference is that with running the court, it's like 4 to 5 hours of herding monkeys, whereas like playing a D&D game, like Warhammer's not as narrative heavy. It's just like, in a way, it's like a checklist. Like, here's your phases. Oh, you're shooting. Roll the dice. You know. I was just called a monkey. I did call you guys monkeys, didn't I? I didn't know what Prefontaine was talking. Guys, my brain is fried. I don't know what's wrong with me. I need to eat more steak. I would let you be the judge, Zig, but like I don't want a kangaroo court. The fun of the court is that it's semi-serious. You're not allowed to prosecute. You can prosecute if you want. I don't care. Luna is canceling me. Well, it was probably going to happen someday. Okay. Find me a judge, guys. If you want this trial to happen, find me a judge. There you go. That's my term. Find me a judge, someone who's familiar with the United States criminal process. I guess I'll add it to the docket then. Which state in the U.S.? Federal court, Black. Federal court. Which they're all kind of the same anyways. If you get tried in an Oklahoma state court, it's not going to be any different than you got tried in a Tennessee court, which won't be much different from being tried in a federal court. The biggest difference between the courts is that federal has no parole. So, like, if you get charged with trafficking heroin and you have a 20-year sentence in the state court, you might get parole after like 7 years. Whereas in federal court, if you get tried for the same thing and convicted, you're serving like 85% of that sentence no matter what. You're only getting out because of good time credit and earned time credit, which earned time credit is a new thing. And if you get the maximum possible earned time credit, in federal court now, you can get out after like 60% of your term, but that's a very new thing, and it's only applicable for people with like non-violent crimes. Listener says, would you be willing to provide some moderate background information and info to volunteer? Possibly. Are the 12 jurors? There are usually 5. 5 jurors plus some backups. Uncle says, I got a criminal justice degree. So, hold on. I actually wrote a thing for this because one of the problems that we had with the trial for Borg was I didn't like the format. Well, early on it was a little weird. It got straightened out as we just did witnesses, but I actually drew up a thing. At least I can find it. Is this it? Fuck. I drew up a very rough outline of what the format would be. Let me see if I can find it here. Yes, great. I did save it. Awesome. So this would be the steps in a trial. You have the prosecution opening statements, the defense opening statements. The prosecution calls on their witnesses and direct examines them. The defense can then cross-examine the witness. Prosecution can do a redirect. Defense can do a re-exam. Then once they're done with the witnesses, any other evidence and exhibits that didn't get brought up can be brought up. And then the defense can rebut them all. And then the prosecution will rest their case. Then it's the same process for the defense, just in reverse. Then the prosecution gives their closing statements. Then the defense gives their closing statements. So it's very tit for tat, back and forth. And I think that looks kind of fair. And so that would be what a judge would oversee, is basically make sure that this format is being followed, handle the objections, and make sure the jurors stay under control. There needs to be a point where they argue specific points, specific charges. That's what opening and closing statements is for, basically. But again, if you're not a legal nerd, you wouldn't know that. So, I don't know. Find me a judge, guys. That's my plea to you guys. If you want to see Justinian, if you want to see another trial this soon, you got to find me a judge, and we have to be familiar with how courts work. But okay, that's enough of that. Let's talk about real stuff. Let's talk about the game, because politics and war is very, very real, guys. The numbers on the screen, very real. There's the thread that got made by, I think, Darkblade, and it's supposed to explain how to run an alliance or something. I have not read this thread, guys, so I'm going to look at it. The problem with you, 47, is that you are literally mute and you can't voice chat. So you can't be the judge unless you're talking about, like, you're going to learn the process and then educate someone else in the process. Then maybe it will work. But you yourself, if you can't voice chat, you can't be the judge. So that's another thing. If you want to be a judge, or you know someone who wants to be the judge, has to voice chat. She's saying give her a few days. Okay, if that's what she's saying, then okay. And I will work on training and educating that judge on how the High Court of Thalmor Radio works. Darkblade made a thread here. I'm not reading this. I don't feel like reading it. I don't know what it says. It's probably okay. It's probably decent advice. What's my next topic? The Order of the White Rose had a change in their government. And I don't know what it's about either. Let's see here. That's a very pretty graphic. I don't know who made that, but it's very pretty. In the spirit of bringing more posts and quote culture back to the OWF, because that's apparently what the wall of text says we all want. It's what my wall of text said, Sval, you fucking black background, white rose profile picture motherfucker. That was my world of text, wall of text. OWR will like to present its new government lineup. Lord Sval is the prime. I don't know. Prime cut of meat. I don't know, but he's the prime. The legate of internal affairs is King Gonzalo. Legate of economics is something Carl the 18th. That's too many Carls. After 4 Carls, you've had enough. If there's 18 Carls, we have a problem. The Legate of Defense is the Forger Octrin? But that's weird because the Forger Octrin, like, maybe they forged their resume to become the Legate of Defense. So I don't know if I would want a Master Forger in my circle, but whatever. The Vicarius of Internal Affairs is the Chairman Meow Kabu. That's a great name. Meow Kabu. The Vicarius of Economics is Ruler Grafer. And the Vicarius of Defense is President Toimoya. And then you have the Master of the Quill, which is... Oh my fucking goodness. What kind of name is this? Hold on, guys. Hold on. What name is that? Bendai Guide Friend. Bendy... Oh my... That's... I swear, some of these people just mash their keyboards to get these names. This is... Whew. Alright, so, or the White Rose had a government change. Congrats to them, I suppose. Congrats to the people leaving. My condolences to the people taking up their positions. And I don't know. I don't have an opinion on Or the White Rose, and I haven't for a long time. But like, let's see. When I was in 2017, Knights Templar was allies to Order of the White Rose. But it didn't last very long because what happened was I was the leader. Tragically, I was the leader, and Theodosius was either my second in command or my FA guy. I don't remember, but he was high gov, but under me. And Theo was part of Order of the White Rose first, but jumped over to KT. And what happened was, although I think we were M level. I think it was an M level treaty. And yes, 47. I was the founder and first leader of KT. Yes. And what happened was, I think it was an M level. I would have to go back and look. I don't remember. I think it was an M level. And Theo got really, really pissy at OWR because you had Lordaeron and you had Hogwarts. And Hogwarts was like Partisans Project, and Lordaeron was Caster's Alliance. And Order of the White Rose basically said that like they would help Lordaeron over KT even though they had a treaty with us and they had no ties to Lordaeron. I don't know. It was some stupid drama. And that pissed off Theo so much that he went ahead and canceled that treaty. And that's the only kind of interaction I've ever had with them, was we were allies to them briefly, and that tie got severed because they had indicated or said they would have picked someone they weren't allied to us, their actual allies. And that was 4.5 years ago, so you are welcome for this ancient history of KT and politics and war. Okay, final topic is everyone's mad at Justinian, and I don't know why. Apparently he was a bad leader or something. Guys, very quickly, because I know nothing. Why do we dislike Justinian now? Listener can explain. Do you want to be unmuted or will you type it? Just a quick text. Okay, go right ahead. Listener never talks. Well, that's okay. Talking is optional. You don't really need to. You don't ever need to talk, really. like talking, like what even is talking? It's like something. Just a quick take. There's a screenshot circulating of him agreeing to merge with three cities in space program that really sums it up. Okay, gotcha. All right. Can someone link me his nation? Can someone link me his nation? I gotta see how much are these three cities. I'm going to presume that he has gotten the three cities. Oh, and I want to see how expensive there are. Rather, he hasn't. Okay, so maybe it's bullshit then. Then this other stuff from lots of his guys saying he's wanted this for a while. Okay, 31. Oh, well, I'm at 34 cities. So he'd be up to my level if he received this cash money. So who okay. So who did he agree to merge with? Was it TKR? Okay. Apparently Rose likes to like force their protectorates to merge into them. So at least TKR is like tickling the balls of the decision maker by giving them cities. Whereas Rose is like merge or die, I think. So TKR proving once again that they are the moral authority of the game. I think that's it. Nothing else has happened in the past week. I don't know, slow news week. Final call, politics and war, and last topics I need to go over. Did anything else relevant happen? I don't think it did, but I will cover it if it did. You will get my cold take. Speaking of cold, do I want to reheat that rotisserie chicken? I probably will, but that's only one more meal. I need 2 meals to get through the rest of the night. I'll make some bacon. That will be my last meal, is some bacon. There is something. Okay, Zig, what is it? Sweet Ronnie D, stupid shit. I know nothing about what's going on with that. Thalmor, look at the food. I don't know what you mean by that statement. Oh, is the food market fucked? Okay, let me log in here. Let me log in to my little nation. This dead air has been brought to you by Clash of Clans. Let's see here. I haven't logged in a couple days, I don't think. I'm getting really bad at logging in. Oh gosh, verify that I'm a human. Fuck you. I just want to look at the food prices. I just want to look at the food prices. Okay, thankfully I didn't have to do anything dumb. Okay, what's the price of food? It's 147, Zig. Is that what you wanted to say? It's 147. Our old friend is at work. Sort by sell. What? I don't understand what you mean. Yeah, 47. You help me with this. I'm dumb. I don't know. Someone else didn't post a screen. Okay, someone do what Zig is demanding I do, because I am severely disabled and unable to do it for myself. Zig, okay, what about it? Okay, I clicked the link and I'm here. The number one offer is by Asuka, who has a Japanese flag, and it's 70,000 food for 100 PPU. So I don't understand what's so significant about this. See where they meet. Okay, so I'll go to like 140 then. Oh, okay. Next page takes me to something else. No May says my mind is blown by this. I am just completely in the dark then. I know nothing about nothing, apparently. Okay, sell it at 140, buy it at 170. Okay. That's not a lot, though. You need a big volume to make some real money at that, though, I think. Did someone send me a friend request? Oops. No fucking thing, don't do that. I don't know who that is. I'm not going to accept it. Guys, I'm scared. Oh, wait, I know who that is. That's that's the DM. I know who that is. Okay. So, okay, so let's talk about the only last thing. So it's time for real life news. So if you are only here for politics and war, now is the time to go. Thank you for coming. I will see you Friday. Not this Friday, but next. Have a good one. Bye. I love you. Justin Bieber. There's been some rumors about Justin Bieber getting a divorce. I think it's bullshit because Justin Bieber died in Ukraine in a Russian airstrike. He's fucking dead. His leg is over there. His arm is over there. He's just a pile of gore. Fucking Russia has invaded Ukraine. It's a big deal. There's probably hundreds dead, at least, probably thousands. It's really crazy. And so I was a good boy. I was a good boy last night. I got my 40k minis and my rule books, and I was going through them, and I was so excited to play tomorrow and the next day. And I got my minis out, and I started working on them. Next thing I know, there's a fucking war! So if you look above, thanks to, I think, Zig, there is a Ukraine war chat. So you got the chat, you got a thing to post news sources, and you got a thing for pictures and videos. So if you want to keep up with the war, you can do so here. I am an armchair general. I love military affairs stuff because, for some reason, I don't know why. 47 says, is there a plan for me? You don't want to know what I have planned for you, 47. Well, that's the Ukraine stuff. I don't have much of an opinion, except I don't want American soldiers to die because who cares? This is Ukraine's fight. Russia is interested in the ethnically Russian parts of the country. Russia feels aggroed because NATO kept expanding eastward towards them. Russia probably feels emboldened because Biden is he gives off weak signals. You know, you had the Afghan withdrawal. Biden said he would not deploy troops against Russia in Ukraine, so there's no reason for Russia not to attack because I don't think they were worried about whatever it's called, sanctions. 47 says not anymore. I'm pretty sure they're going to annex it all. I don't know about that. I mean, they might annex some of the east, or they might have part of the east become its own country and then like essentially vassalize it, kind of like what they got going on with Belarus or the two independent oblasts in the east. Apparently, hold on, I've got a map for this. Let me see. Where is it? So this is from 2 hours ago, this map, and the lit up areas are where Russia currently controls. So they went so many miles eastward from these border crossings. They have not taken any major cities yet. That might change. I heard Russia was on the outskirts of Kiev. I haven't heard that, but I've seen some people not give that much confidence into. I don't know what's going on. I've seen people say that the Ukrainian military has basically dissolved. I've seen people say that the Ukrainian military is putting up a fierce resistance. I don't know what's going on. I heard reports that a Ukrainian pilot shot down 6 Russian planes and is basically an ace now. I don't know if that's true. Pretty fucking base if it is, but it's probably not. I don't know what's going on, except Russia has had some not insignificant success against Ukraine. So we'll see what happens. My bet, my idea, if I was a Ukrainian decision maker, I wouldn't even try to fight conventionally. I would just like there's no way Ukraine can fight Russia conventionally, right? Like just the number of tanks, number of helicopters, number of aircraft, like Russia beats Ukraine and everything. So the only way to win would be protect your assets, what little you do have, and just fight, guerrilla style, basically. So we'll see, I guess. So many down declares. I forgot. I think it was Yang who said, like, how can Russia open up a war with a missile strike? I thought that was really funny. For what I know, the Navy is scattered. The Ukrainian Navy is basically non-existent to begin with because it was basically like one frigate and like one corvette. Like there basically wasn't really a Ukrainian Navy to begin with. So, like for Russia to already have like taken them out, that makes sense already. So, Ukraine is pretty urbanized. I don't think so. I think it's actually pretty rural. I would compare it to like Kentucky, actually. Like you got like, yeah, I would compare it to Kentucky. You got some urban areas, but I think it's mostly rural, and pretty flat too. I think. Ukraine should decom to save the net. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't want American soldiers in Ukraine, though. So I don't know what. It's more than double, Ash. Ukraine's pretty big. I don't know what the American response should be. I guess sanctions make sense. But at the same time, I guess sanctions is enough. I don't want American. I don't think there's anything about Ukraine that warrants American blood being spilled. So we'll see. I guess Russia had a strong start to the war, and we'll see what happens as time goes on. I think that's it. Anything else you guys want me to give a take on before we close out the show? That's pretty much it. How are you going to dodge the draft if there's a draft to go fight Russia? I'm going to go in the woods. What are you guys going to do? I'm going to go in the woods, and I'm just going to shoot at the people who come to get me to do the draft. And I'm probably going to die in a shootout with the draft enforcement agents, but that's okay. I'm not dying in a foreign land for a government that hates me against people that I have no problem with. Under what state would you not regret being drafted? I would probably enlist to fight if there was a invasion of the mainland United States, and it wasn't like America's fault. I will enlist to protect the continental 48 states and possibly Hawaii and Alaska, but definitely the 48 continental United States. I would not be drafted to protect Australia from China. Although I will say Chinese aggression, I am much more open to protecting against. So, like, if China messed with Taiwan, I can kind of understand getting involved then. I don't think I would enlist, and I don't think I'll let myself be drafted, but I don't have the visceral disgust that I do when thinking about, like, fighting against Ukraine. Do you agree that our military, particularly the new generation, is abysmal right now? I do suspect that it's worse than it was 10, 20 years ago. You know, I just don't think there's a lot of competence within American institutions right now. So, I mean, look at the COVID response. Look, what does the government do well right now? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But yeah, I don't want American blood spilled over Ukraine. I'm a bit more open to defending Taiwan. I would only ever fight if the United States itself got invaded. Croton, the thing is, though, is Afghanistan is one thing. I think Afghanistan is partially responsible. I think there's a lack of faith in the competence of our institutions. Like the COVID response was disastrous. Like, I think it's just a lack of faith of in the institutions, and the American military has not been in a situation lately in which its competence has truly been tested. That also is going on. So we'll see. Zig says, what does the government do right in Kentucky? Almost nothing. I haven't interacted with the state that much. That's probably true. Listener says, our new generations aren't willing to fight. And Ash says, why would they want to fight? That's my position. There's nothing about the United States that I find compelling to fight for. Again, continental invasion, that's a bit different, but like, there's really nothing else I'm interested in. 50 cal hits like a motherfucking truck. A 50 cal will rip you in half. Those things are really, like, the amount of trauma that a 5.56 does to a person. Like, you have that metal slug that pierces your body, and like all of that velocity vibrates through your internal organs and stuff. And like, when you get shot by a 5.56, especially in the torso, a volleyball-sized area around the injury, like all those organs shut down because it's just a mess. You don't want to get shot. Okay, guys, here's your weekly wisdom from Thalmor Radio. Don't get shot. It's very bad for your health. I hope you you follow that advice. Oh man. I mean, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Do any of you guys want to enlist to go fight in Ukraine? Type 1. Are you ready to go fight in Ukraine? Type 1. Okay. Would you go fight to protect Taiwan? Type 1. Okay, still no one. So nobody is motivated to fight. So there you go. Hi Belle, how are you? I don't know if you heard my cat or not. I hope you did, because she's a good cat. But I'm surprised you guys could hear that. Luna says, I'm 51, we think I want to die in Europe. Exactly. And you're safe for the next little while because you're a minor. It's only when you turn 18 and you have to register for the draft is when you have to start to worry about these things. Will you say hi again, Belle? 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 Okay, there we go. These cats are weird. They are so talkative and loud, except for when I want them to be. When I actually want to record them talking to me, they're quiet. It's very annoying. But Belle's a pretty girl, and I love her, and I appreciate that she said hi. I woke her up a minute ago. I draw the line well beyond Ukraine or Taiwan. What do you mean, Crouton? What do you mean? Like, are you saying that you're super eager to fight for the global American empire? And it's okay if you are. That's not my position is the opposite, but we have differing viewpoints, and that's okay. I want to understand your rationale, though, because I will just remain dumb and ignorant if I do not question people with differing opinions from mine. Americans were super eager to go to the Middle East after 9/11. So what's this? Okay, I was responding to a DM. 20 years later? Oh, 20 years later, no. 20 years later, all those people are either dead or they have PTSD. And they're probably missing limbs. So, bad deal. Cruton says, to be honest, nothing Russia could do would convince me to fight unless they made personal in 10 years. Okay. Okay, so Cruton, okay, got it. Cruton, I thought you... I interpreted your statement earlier as like you were super ready to fight anyone America wanted you to, but no. Okay. I still wouldn't enlist when it came to Poland or Japan. Like, I am only fighting to protect the United States itself. Like, nothing. That's my viewpoint is probably different from most of yours, which is that I view the United States as like the antagonists of the world. So like I would only be willing to risk my life protecting the homeland itself, nothing about our foreign interests. But that's where my underlying ideas is I think a lot different from most of yours. China, on the hand, considers the U.S. homogeneous with the next few decades. Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that the United States is on decline. Although, I don't know. I don't think Russia is as great as some people think that they are. But again, in a couple of decades, it's going to be completely different. In the next decade or so, when we're fine with mech warriors, it's just going to be lit. All right, so I'm kind of done. 9:48. 47 account says, I'm just scared genuinely. You should be scared because if you got in trouble, you couldn't scream for people to come help you. All right, but it's done. 9:50. I want to play with my minis and eat some food and probably take some melatonin and go to bed. So it's time that we end this. Zig, play the theme and then end the recording when the theme is done. Let's have a good Friday and a good weekend. Thank you for all those who tuned in tonight who usually don't, like you, Crouton. I think Matt, I think you're kind of a new face. It's good to see you tune in too, 47. Have a good weekend. And And don't die. Uh-oh. Where's the music? I just want the music.
Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Yeah, he's coming at you from the top. Oh